Alright, what's going on, everyone? Ready to do some Italy? I think I'm ready to do some Italy. Hopefully it goes better than last time, right? That's debatable. But to be honest, lemon lime hydration beverage, we're set. Not really, but I got 6 Pepsis down there, so we should be fine. Oh, didn't think about that. You just drip liquid all the way down my shifter. Gross. Come on, Italy. There we go. The good old test truck. You, it's still wet. That's gross. Not even a drifter, by the way. He won't stall. He stalled. Literally no feedback whatsoever. I love it. See, I would complain about that if it was street, but this isn't street. This is beam. So, street is an error. This is on purpose. Got me in the mood to drive my Barstow now before I get into challenges. Not really wanting to do that, you know what I mean? Oops, that was embarrassing. Good start. That looks like a fun road. You can tell, if you couldn't tell, you can tell how often I'm on Italy. Darn. See, it's just like the frickin', what was that other car? The Blue Buck. I'm pretty sure the Blue Buck is sort of similar in that way. You hit that point of no return. I really can't wait for 0.39 to see how it works with the wheel lock oscillation bullcrap. If they fix that, like, even just fix like a majority of it, oh, dude, we'll be set. Cause like the BX does it all the time, the frickin' Bastion does it all the time. It's sort of unbelievable, quite frankly. And it's like, dude, there's no way that I can take this seriously when that does that. You know what I mean? All right. I would have drifted so much better if I was on West Coast. Don't judge me. Oh, yeah, I was on this one. I remember being on that one too. All right, well, it's whatever. Is my wheel straight? Oh, you wrapped. I think that's all I did. Just my trams. Loser? Oh, shoot! My bad. I do not remember this route. That's really embarrassing, and I should just restart. Look, Ma. Yeah, hit your brakes like a wuss. That was so unnecessary, dude. Okay, dude, let's take the turn at 20 miles an hour. Pardon me thinking this crap was a race. Where am I going? Oh, that was dumb. See, dude, I swear, if they just had, like, you know, a little line on the minimap, it would clear up so much confusion for me, instead of relying only on those little bars. You rat. Ugh. I really don't like to reset when I'm in a race. I don't. You know, at that point, oh shoot, I messed up. Darn, now I gotta restart the whole frickin' thing because of that. Yup. Because, you know, it's just angering. It's like, okay, well, you know, that was clean except for when I had to reset. So I just nix all of that. Sucks to be me, I guess. You know? If I suck, I gotta redo it all. Hit the apex! Shoot! Okay, that one wasn't necessarily on purpose. Okay, dude. I promise I'll actually try this time. And I feel like, you know, once I win this one, as a job well done, I can crack open a frickin' Pepsi. And we'll be in a good mood. A much better mood, I should note. You know. Like, look at how slow he takes that turn, dude. That is just insane to me. Unbelievable to me. You know what I mean? It's just like, really, dude? You're gonna freak out that much? See, dude, that's the thing with me, dude. I can't even race normally. Like, I mean, I just feel my rear end just slip, and I'm like, oh, I can drift right here. Now it makes me, you know, like, it makes me want to try and build a Piccolina drift, although I've tried it in the past, and it's always been a negative. But maybe if I made, like, what if I made a dirt-only drifter, you know? It might be great, seeing as though this guy's, like, half decent on a rally setup, doesn't even have any drift steering or, you know, a full drift tune on him, and he's sort of, like, a decent drifter. you know, might have fun on Johnson Valley. You never know. And that's where I made it to last time, too. Hold on. Oh, shoot. I stalled. Okay, see... Okay, I was holding the clutch the whole time. The second stall was a little uncalled for. Now the real challenge is if I can get back in first. I don't even know how long this thing is. 11 of 29. This is 12 of... Okay, I got a chance. I'm not even going to push it. You know, I know that they're relatively, like, scared. You know, at the end of the day, they're still beam AI. Okay. At the end of the day, I still suck. That's... makes me want to crack open a Pepsi sooner. But, alas. Back off, dude. Hit your brakes, I dare you. You know, because you will, too. Oh, there you went. What a loser. Okay, why would you oversteer like that? It's just my luck has not been in it. You know, I guarantee if I switched to paddles, I'd do better. That's a lie, but I'm gonna try it anyways. More focus on the wheel itself, I guess. Oh, I don't even believe that, dude. See, that's just what I hate so much right there, is the mixture, you know? I don't want to mix both sequential and paddles. I just feel like that's weird. But, whatever works, right? We've already reset this like 10 times at least, you know? Let's just move on with life. I don't care how I complete it. Saw something flying right in front of my eye. Wouldn't be surprised if it was a bug. That's really unnecessary to put those blocks there. Like, they don't make a habit of doing it in a lot of areas, and then just that one, they're gonna be like, yeah, let's put that right so that he can't cut that turn. Where's this supposed to be? That's great when I can't see crap. Oh, I didn't want to reset, dude. But alas. Alright, let's try it in third person. I've tried paddles, that didn't work. On first try in third person, I'll do it. Most definitely. Hit your brakes. Do it. Wow. Did he actually just let off? Oh, sorry. Okay, see, now I gotta warm up in third person. That's all that was. I don't know, dude. It's really weird. I feel like I do better. Depends. I don't know. I'm going back to first because I feel like that specifically that turn right there was slow as frick. No one is on this. Bro just commented, making himself on it. Sophia. Random emojis. Gotta love that. Challenge me, dude. I don't care. Just get my wheel unstuck from yourself, please. Great. Yeah. Right, that's a normal occurrence. Sadly, it is. Okay. Cleanest lap ever. See, I feel like, depending on the situation, it's an absolute fear for me to let the wheel go when I'm in third person. Unless I'm drifting, of course. That's a completely different ball game. But if I'm, like, trying to grip up, but, like, when I do it in first, and I can see the wheel, dude, there's, like, not even a question. I'm like, okay, I know that I can do that. Seeing the wheel really does make an insane difference. But it's whatever, you know. Oh, wasn't paying attention. One of those little zone outs that I love to do. It's sort of surprising right there in that area. That's a little uncommon for me. Usually it's on a straightaway, but whatever, you know. Alright, let's not fly off, you know, the edge. Pardon me, I never drive around the quarry anyways, you know. Oop, over rev damage, oh yeah. Dude, there's like crap down by my feet. I feel it, and my heel, as I hit the pedals, is touching dirt or grime or something, and it feels gross. So now I got to do that after this race. Clean up whatever the frick's down there. What is that? Dude, they put a roundabout in a frickin' race? Not gonna lie, this is sort of surprisingly lengthy. I didn't think it would go beyond the quarry, you know, not gonna lie. Seeing as though it's called Quarry Capers. Oh, here we go. It just takes a lap, okay. Pardon me. Yay! Alright. Look at that. See, that's why I quit streaming on what day was that? That was Sunday. Okay, dude, well, honestly, to be fair, dude, monsoon heat season has hit out here in Arizona. So the power, like the past 2 nights, the power went out, so couldn't even stream even if I wanted. You know, just sitting here. Just imagine this room right here that you're seeing, but completely dark and sweltering, humidly hot. That's amazing, right? Oh, that is good though, dude. Ooh. 7 p.m. already. Worksite Wheeler. Is that a D series? Hold on. Oh, this wasn't even a starred mission. That's lame, bro. I was sitting here thinking, oh, dude, I'm getting 3 stars, because usually it's just get first place. Anyways, whatever. The vehicle, the Gavril D series. That's a big one too. Achieve first place, easy peasy. All I gotta do is, unless it's an automatic, all I gotta do is slap in my seek. And it's auto. Now, the real question is... Okay, you see this lag? I feel like that could not just be because of the start of the race, was it? That it was lagging that much? Front diff. What is my rear diff? Come on, dude. They don't tell you crap. That's stupid, okay? It's not like I'm gonna cheat and change crap in here, but I'm gonna at least look. What's my rear diff? Is it locked? Is it... locking? Locking? What does that mean? Oh, what does that mean? Oh, okay. See, I'm stupid. I thought that said front. That's why. That's why I said that initially. So yes, I do want to lock my rear and turn this bullcrap off, which I already had off. Good on them. Now I can drift. Let's see if it continues to do that lag spike on this first turn here. Oh, but then I might want to put my sequential in if I'm going to try and do that, huh? Probably should. Yeah, dude. Frick you. You suck. We'll see if I can do it in auto. You know, it's not like I'm going to be drifting all that much. Get out my way. I'm trying to see, dude. Can't frickin' see. Oh, this wheel is like... See, this has got to be one of the ones that goes faster. I can just see how quick that wheel is moving. It's quicker than physically what my wheel is moving. Get the frick off of me, dude. Man, that's a nice looking... Dude, I like that. When they put the frickin' bed cover on it like that. Makes it look like a cool roamer. Like if the roamer was cool, it's the D series with a camper shell. Frick! Oops! Good thing it's a company vehicle. Darn it. Whatever. Alright, I'm gonna put my frickin' sequential in it and watch my skill just decrease probably. You know, I doubt it'll get better, but... Oh. Helps if you could spell. Yeah, 4-speed automatic. Mm-hmm. That really matches my setup that I have here, doesn't it? Let's restart this again. See? That is not real, dude. How quick that's moving. What setting even is that? Because I don't know where it's at. But I know that I had to set it that way. Otherwise, it made other cars worse. Where was that? Or was it actually like somewhere in the wheel itself? I don't remember. Somewhere in these settings, there's one that tells you how quick do you want this crap to spin visually. So I can make it like match how a T-Series turns, or I cannot. And I set it to not, because if you make it to match the T-Series, it fricks over all your other vehicles. Don't do that. I don't want you limiting my frame rate when not focused. Whatever, dude. Alright, let's do this crap again. Sequential. And that's it. That's all I gotta do. Lock my diff. Control W. Sequential. Lucas. Lucas, the name does seem familiar. Ah, just freaking hit my mic with my headphone, dude. And freaking loud in my ear. You know, dude. Lucas. Lucas. That name sounds very familiar. However, I cannot remember a single conversation that we ever had once before in the past. Hold on, dude. Don't slow down so much. You guys are such a drag, man. Look at that. That's how it's done, boy. We're in trucks. Challenge me. Come on, dude. You're just holding me back is all you're doing right now. Let me just get on the inside because I know you'll be taking that way too slow. You can't challenge me, dude. You're over here racing. I'm just over here drifting. Oh man, if I had that darn drift steering. I can take that. Maybe I can't. Push me over, boy! Oh, okay, perfect. Don't even need your help. Because I know you wouldn't have anyways. You're really gonna say that? That means a lot, dude. Lucas, I'm your favorite YouTuber. The guy that never shows up. Super inconsistent. I appreciate it nonetheless, dude. I love it, you know? You're never gonna find another person like me. I will say that. Pretty confidently, too. I mean, I say that, like, you know, based on my own observation. I've never met anyone else that acts relatively even close to me, dude. Because if I did, we would be good friends. Sort of sucks. But alas, you know. Whoa, dude. Don't scare me like that and come out of nowhere behind me. Darn it. Okay, that one doesn't count as a reset because I was, you know, trucker transitioning and frickin' smacked buttons. Oh my gosh, dude. Does my hat seem a little bit high tonight? I've been noticing that. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Oh, I forgot to get the crap down by my feet, dude. Remember? Gosh, that's frustrating. Well, Lucas, sweet, dude. I'm glad. I love my videos, too. I love to watch myself. Not in a creepy way. I don't know where I was going with that, dude. I don't know. I just have no explanation for that. But hey, if it brings you joy, that's great. It brings someone other than myself joy, so that's good to know. Frick! What are they gonna do, you know? They're too passive. They wouldn't hit me. Oh, gosh. You know what's throwing me off so much is the drift steering, or lack thereof. And lack of power. Let's not even go there. We'll avoid all that. But Pepsi. Yeah. Yeah, this is my D25. Nice, you know, as I was talking about last stream, nice grabbable door handles. That's what I'm talking about. Not these craps. Don't like those. And I'm stuck? Darn it. Oh, darn it. I gotta quit pressing the wrong button, dude. There. You. Get back in the darn truck so that you disappear. Great. Now I can F8. Yikes, dude. 5 tons. Can't even handle it. Alright. I gotta get back to work. What is next? Arrive. Blanco delivery. Do they provide me a vehicle? I would be thrilled if they did. Absolutely thrilled. Alright, here's a real question. What if I start a challenge and then press escape, remove others? Just remove all the AI and just complete it by myself. Is that like a possibility, even? Did the Beam devs think that far into it? Ah, they didn't provide a vehicle. Take a little package and drop it off to a location that is across the island at our storage shack. Great. So, I mean, I guess I'll use my Sunburst. Because that's what it always goes down to. Oh, what car am I going to drive? Oh, they didn't provide me one. Guess I'll go with the grippiest vehicle that I have created. You know, or I could do my ETK, my I-Series. Huh? He looks sort of ugly, though. Where is he? There he is. The Racer. That would be more lore-friendly to the map, wouldn't it? I don't know. Sure, I'll start with you. I hate that, especially on a delivery, bro. Why can't you just give me a frickin' T-Series? Just pick one of your random configs. You know. Whatever. I just think that's a little silly. Now I gotta use my frickin' crap. Why are these not hidden? These should be hidden. Is that because I'm in a mission? It's gotta be. If I abandon, they won't be there. Yeah. See, my HUD... Well, I mean, if you're on YouTube, you couldn't see, but my HUD is actually cool. And I put a little bit of thought into it, unlike CarX Street. Ah, turn it on or off. We won't let you customize it. But don't you like that, dude? It shows them all, and it still shows them all, and then it only shows the gear. Because too many cars, again, don't have a digital gear display for Mr. Sequential over here. Alright, I'm gonna begin, I guess, instead of chatting. Am I even timed on this? That's the real question. Oh, look at that, dude. That's some bullcrap. They give me a frickin'... When I have a waypoint, they put the blue line there. Okay, great. You know, so they already have it in the game. That's what I'm talking about, dude. We're right there. All you gotta do is add that blue line as though there were a waypoint to the end of the race following the waypoints. Boom. I would be thrilled, bro. I would be so happy. What gear am I in? Oh, shoot. They changed my hood. And I don't feel like changing it every single time. Dude, I gotta get this crap down by my feet. The frick is going on down here? There's so much crap. Number one. Gross. Now where's my mouse? Readjust the hat. Shoot. Bet that's screwed up anytime I try to take a right-hand turn. Oh, the turbo is kicked in. You hear that? You can audibly hear the end. Not the turbo, the NOS. Same difference. Rats. Can't do that. You know, I don't want to use this guy. I'm going to continue a little bit more with him. But I'll probably switch over to my surprisingly grippy Sunburst and move on with life. See, now... Okay, then. Let's think about this. Beam devs. You know, not to mock or anything, but so that you can improve your game to be the best it ever could be. If there's an active waypoint down there on my mini-map, why does that not show on my beam nav? Gosh. What's the point of a beam nav if it doesn't show waypoints? That's like a Garmin that just shows a map. I guess that's putting too much thought into it. I don't know, man. Man, you hear that freaking NOS kick in though, dude? I love this tune. This thing, I spent hours on the NOS alone, and it oftentimes screws me over like that. Alright, we're going to surprisingly grippy. If I was on like an actual racetrack or something, I wouldn't complain so much. I'm just ripping down a freaking road. Surprisingly grippy. This individual of a vehicle right here would be far more, what's the word, apt at completing this route. Didn't need so much brake there. Uh-oh. Ah, no way. I'm gonna go back to the other car because I feel like I just gave up on that too quickly, and but it does suck that they don't show me what gear I'm in. Those backfires, right? I know you were hearing that. Frick. Sounds sweet. Oops. Oops! Silly me! Man, he really picks up the speed when that NOS kicks in, bro. A very impressive build. I think to date, this is the most impressive vehicle that I've ever personally built. I don't know, I might take that back actually, because I've fully built surprisingly grippy all by myself. But I mean, you know, they're sort of different. You know, they're within the same category, I suppose, of grip. But this guy right here, the racer, is far more track-oriented. And when I'm ripping down, like, I don't know, the big straight on West Coast, or, like, the straight on the Nords, that's really when that NOS is supposed to kick in. And it does. It absolutely does. And it's tuned perfectly to the fact where I can get through all, you know, 4 gears. 4 gears is tuned properly enough to where I'm not wasting my NOS. I might hit like a smallest little portion of my NOS going around the rest of the track, but it's primarily tuned for 5th gear, right? There's not many times outside of a straightaway that you're actually on 5th gear like this. And even then, as I just was, the NOS was not active because I wasn't at a high enough RPM. So it's, you know, I set it up for frickin' speed. That's the only time that it's gonna come on and bother you. But dude, it'll frickin' throw you off too. That's the thing, like, let's see, there. It turns on at 55,000. And I was, of course, watching my RPM instead of the frickin' road. But whatever. I bet this wouldn't have happened and surprisingly grippy. Hey, but all I had to do was arrive, so what do I care if I get a little bit of front-end damage, you know? It's not the end of the world. ETK. Oops. Ah, if only they let you just node that on out of there. That would be funny. Not even gonna try to read the name of this one, but all I saw was it said a treacherous. What? Do they provide a vehicle? They do! A treacherous drive along the tops of the Italian mountain ridges. Alright. And these are so easy, dude. It's literally just arrive at the destination. And, you know, they time you, of course, with it. But, I mean, you got so much time. What do they give me here? Ugh. They give me almost 4 minutes, dude. So I'm more than prepared enough to, you know, drive like an old person, even, if I really wanted. I'll just put the camera up about like this and just sort of frickin', you know, not necessarily rush through it, but just sort of, you know, enjoy the ridge. Enjoy this mountainous ridge. Enjoy it a little less close to the edge than that would be preferred. Mega Backy! Yep, back from my car X days. I say as though I don't play it anymore, but truth be told, I really don't. Ah! It's not that I'm completely done with Car X Drift Racing. It's just that I've played it, or I did play it so much that I just literally can't even get into it right now. And I'm like, dude, how did I do that repetitious grind? Is that the word, repetitious? I mean, nothing against the grind at all. I freaking love the video game. And I love the tasks. You know what I don't know, dude. I feel like a lot of it may just be I'm getting tired of doing the same crap. So I feel like I could enjoy the game more to restart my vehicles from the top, tuned for the time trials, and, you know, just screw around with that for a little bit. You know, and then by the end of that, I'll probably be bored and ready to get back into drifting. You never know how things could play out, but that might be something I might do. I feel like, as of late, I have been enjoying more grip-centric racing instead of drifting all the time. Not anything against drifting, of course. But it also depends on the game if I'm going to be drifting in it or not. Of course I'll drift in Beam, because it has, you know, the ability to. The open world sandbox. Listen to that bog, dude. You hear this freaking engine bog? Doesn't that sound sweet? Dude, like if I slap this thing in 6. Sounds like a Harley at this point. Oh shoot, almost rolled. But I used proper blinker usage, so it was worth it. Over-rev damage. Careful. What an absolute thrill. I kid you not. Uh-oh. Darn. Over-rev risk. That was all my own doing. My own fault. Oh, this thing's quiet on hood view, dude. That's insane. Ooh, thanks for that 3D waypoint there. Wonder why I didn't receive that on any of the other ones. But even still, that's not enough for me. You know why? Because this is an actual waypoint. That's why. That's the only reason why. The other ones have markers. This one just has a waypoint. That's why. I will give them that this was a pretty treacherous course. What's next? Oh, flashers. That's peculiar. I have a left-bound blinker. This is usually flashers slash, as we all know, but I made it period. Why, you might ask? Because of bullcrap Joyda and Car X Street. Freeway Run Route A. Now see, this is the perfect map in which to use the Racer ETK I-Series. Fast, long, straight. Perfect for this vehicle. And for some reason I just started it still in my Piccolina. Activate that nitrous. Ready? As soon as I hit next gear. Right? That's what we're all about here, dude. I know, I even pushed my chair back to add to the realism. You know? But frick. Over torque risk. Just don't blow out. Hold out. You know, that's the weird thing too, is it doesn't do that all the time. You know how much tuning I did to make it not blow up all the time? And then sometimes it still throws the over torque, sometimes it doesn't. So it's like, you know, dude, I could only do so much. It doesn't blow up on your average lap, so I'm, you know, I tend to just leave it and be like, oh, that's as good as he'll get. You know, there's really, unless I, you know, and I have done it before, but I can turn down the amount of nitrous. It's already so low. So it's like, I'm just gonna live with it, dude. It's not the end of the world to me. I hardly ever drive that fast anyways. I'm a drifter. Thing still... Oh, I think I stalled. Darn. Oh, nice. Freeway run Route B. The exact same route, just in reverse. Super enjoyable, Beam. You really got me with that challenge. Wasn't expecting that one. A little lame, though, if you ask me. I'm just... dude, really? We're gonna have the exact same route? Oh, just on the other side of the road. Look at the realism. Huh? Except I'm gonna go phase straight through that sign. Super realistic. Villa VIP delivery. Do they provide me a vehicle on a 3-star level? Hmm? Yes! Finally! They give me a frickin' vehicle. What is this doing here? You seeing this? It's like every time you spawn traffic. When are they gonna fix that one, huh? That's the real errors of Beam. Did they not waypoint me to my location? Thanks. I'll do it myself. Wow, his feedback is tight, dude. This is power steering, you're telling me? There's no way that's power steering. Control W. Let's just look. See? Are you kidding me? There's no power steering on a limo variant of a Grand Marshal? I'm adding that. Whoa, didn't know there was AI spawned. How exciting. You know, I don't even care that it's a freaking automatic. Right? I can drive autos, that's not a complaint. But a big vehicle like this would 100% keep your speed below 37.28, drive smoothly, avoid sudden G-forces. And I have 10 minutes to get the frick up there. Oh, I already forgot about the speed limit one. This is gonna be lame as frick. They love to ruin your fun every time, I love it. Okay, they do add a waypoint automatically. See... So the speed limit is 37. Ugh. That is so annoying, dude. It's as bad as frickin' Motor Town delivering the vehicles in that game. Ew. You know what I mean? It's like, gross, dude. Who wants to drive that frickin' slow? You know, like on purpose. This is BeamNG Drive. It almost makes me want to bind a cruise control button, you know? I swear, if I get stuck behind a Piccolina that's going slower than I am... Gosh, look at this. There's like a whole freaking train of people going up this hill. Come on, dude. And then of course, he'll get to floor it and just fly away. Dude. Let's stop screwing around here. I'm glad they give you that 0.28 because I did it. I even saw myself already went into 37 miles an hour once. And I was like, oh shoot, that was right at the beginning. But I got lucky. And they give you that 0.28 to spare you. How thoughtful. Okay. Ah. Oops. I just pulled an illegal stunt. I didn't know what was going on. Silly me. Looks like I got to get in front of both of them. I think we'll make it. We still have 5 minutes to, you know, basically one more turn, one more straight. Arrived. They try and, like... What's the point of this challenge? Is this actually supposed to be challenging to anyone? Is anyone actually challenged by this? That's the real question. I think the real challenge is self-control. What a valid argument. What a valid point he just made. I agree. You know, of course I'm going to agree with the point that I just made. Okay, dude. That's not a good place to stop. Here we are. Coming up to your private home. Wow, wouldn't it be cool to live out here? How formal. Man, they slapped that e-brake on, huh? And they're over here talking about G-forces. Alright. See how much fun this has been tonight? I don't understand Sunday. But, however, let me just clarify by saying this, dude. On Sunday, the power went out at the evening. Like, not even the evening. It went out probably, like, early afternoon. And that's exactly the time that I was streaming. I literally, by the time that I quit, the power went out like an hour afterwards. So, you know, it's not like I could have really continued on Sunday anyways, even if I wanted to. Not that big a deal. I just figured I should, you know, note that. What was it? This one. Airport chauffeur castle. And they make me choose the vehicle again? Dude? Ugh. That's so frustrating to me, dude. Because it's like, bro, you're creating the route. You've already went this far to create the route. Just give me the vehicle too, dude. I don't know who to choose. Do I choose something, you know, like a smart selected vehicle? Or do I choose whatever? There's too many variables for me. Do I choose a mod? Or do I stick to beam vehicles? You know what I'm talking about, dude? I don't know who to pick. So I guess I'll do my chill zoomy. I'm assuming that I'm not gonna be Assuming that I'm not going to be speed limited. I wouldn't know. Can't confirm nor deny. You've picked up a passenger at the airport. They would like a lift. Up to there, great. Are they gonna be stupid about the speed? Or are we chilling? Feel the G-force in this thing, huh, dude? You need to stop for fuel? Nay. Uh-oh. Rats, right? That was my reaction, too. If you had the reaction of rats, we were on the same, you know, mental connection. I don't know. If you did not, don't know what to tell ya. Does that say this a node? Does that say this a node? I never even noticed that before. Oh, the B node 7. Ha! That's great, dude. Why is this not a spawnable prop yet? Alright. First try. No mistakes. I would say try to avoid second. As I'm in it right now. Depends on the situation. I would say primarily try to avoid second. If I had to, you know. Like this, I can stay in third. He'll pull out of this in third. Look at that. See? There was second, and I almost frickin' lost it because of that. Because I'm an idiot and don't listen to my own advice. Whatever, dude. As if I have any control over it. You know what would make this difficile to speak in Spanish? Frickin' traffic. Why would they not have traffic on this one? Dude, that'd be frickin' sweet. Whoops. Did that partially on purpose. And, you know, nobody's gonna believe me when I say that, but actually, you know, I saw that I was losing it, so I figured crank my wheel a little bit more so that I don't smack the back end of my vehicle and I just spin out. That literally went through my head. Whether you believe it or not, that went through my head. Okay? And let me just say that to anyone doubting that. Did I hit my rear end? No, I didn't. So if you just want to chalk it on up to pure luck that I didn't hit that, sure, go ahead. You'd be wrong. But, you know, there's no real way that I could actually justify myself other than the fact that I explained it directly after doing it. I didn't come back like 5 hours later and be like, oh yeah, the reason why I didn't hit that is because I specifically turned in. That's my favorite advice to give everyone, dude. Turn in. Oh, spins out last second. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? They just lock up the wheels, I guess, because that's clearly not me. That's silly. Now, that makes me feel dumb, the fact that I went into free cam to look at that, you know, advertisement, and then it's right freaking here at the end, too, the exact same thing. That's just like, bro, make me out to be the fool, I guess. Airport ambulance. Do you provide the ambulance? That's a legitimate question that I need to ask them now, I guess. Sickening enough. Yes, they are. They are, or they did? Transmission. Where even is the oil pan on this thing? If it's there. If it's there. There's not a frickin', Ah! That started my timer? Rats! Alright. I don't need no frickin' ESC on, I know that for a fact. Oops! Oh, well, the company vehicle. Lost a whole headlight. It's totaled now. Now that is how you take a roundabout. Frickin' cherry Pepsi, dude. Wild cherry Pepsi? Holy peak. Can I just say that? Their cherry. Something about it, dude. It's better, or dare I say, different. Not better, per se. Because I know that gets people up in arms for no reason. Oh, I'm sorry that I have a preference, and you have a preference, and they don't match. You know what I mean? And that primarily goes into regards of Coke and Pepsi and their flavor. All I'm saying, dude, is frickin' wild cherry Pepsi. I feel like they put more cherry. Anyone else, or is that... Okay, like, even when it comes out of the fountain drink, dude, because they have it at the local Speedway, which is now a 7-Eleven, but till the day I die, I'm gonna call it a Speedway, because that's just how I frickin' remember it. You know, when I first moved here, it was a frickin' Speedway. Wasn't a 7-Eleven, and that will forever be the stupidest thing they ever did. Anyways, they have wild cherry Pepsi in the fountain. And dude, every time I get that, dude, it, like, my first swig, the first sip that I take, dude, is straight up super cherry filled, dude. And I'm like, bro, like, struggling to taste the Pepsi, almost. I don't know if that's relatable to anyone else. If it's not, boo-hoo, but I feel like it should be. Lucas, I just made and uploaded a new video on my channel. A little bit peculiar grammar usage, but okay. What does your video pertain to? I.e., what is it about? Darn it. Is it something that I would actually, like, enjoy watching? Because I'm not saying that I wouldn't. Also, is that on a different channel than what you're on right now? Like, I actually have to look up the channel, LMJJ23. Airport chauffeur, Marina. Do they supply me with a vehicle? That's the real question. They don't. Darn it. I could have sworn that it showed that it was 3-star. Look here. Airport chauffeur, Marina. So I click on it. And right here it says challenge progress, and there's 1, 2, 3 stars. Fast travel. Open up this menu. Airport chauffeur Marina, and it's only a single star. Not the biggest fan of that. You know, incohesive. Is that the proper word? I don't think so. You know, if I can use whatever I want, I'm gonna use a freaking D-series with a trailer. What are you gonna do about that? No, nothing. That's what you're gonna do. Nothing, because you didn't... Look at this. The Kentarch D10 V8 4-wheel drive. Huh? What color are we thinking? Chestnut two-tone? Sure, absolutely. I'd be thrilled. Where's the two-tone? Ugh, don't tell me. Literally unplayable here. If I go back to this vehicle and I select my Kentarch D10 V8 and I tell it chestnut two-tone, it's specifically, I can see it right here. They got a darker brown and a lighter brown. Unless the frickin' two-tone is interior only, but that's a gray interior. That's not a light. A game called Who Dies Last. Huh. You know, I might watch it just because you told me about it. That's why. This is really angering me. You know, what if I were to spawn up a different color scheme? I have also, I almost forgot that you just now said that. I have tried Dirty Do. Believe it or not, all right, here's what sucks, sort of throws me off a little bit. The first one that I got was a zero sugar variant, and I was like, man, it's really good except for a weird frickin' aftertaste. Look at the can, and it's diet. And I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. So then I got another 12-pack. Frickin' expensive, too, dude, for the 12-pack of the Dirty Do's. Oh my gosh, dude. They know that people will buy it, too. People like me. You know, suckers like me that's gonna try it. But yeah, it was really delicious. And quite frankly, dude, it tasted very similarly to the, you know those Tootsie Rolls? Tootsie Roll. Tasted super similar to these guys right here. The Fruit Chew Vanillas. I was like, wow, dude, that is really freaking close to those. Or that's what I thought anyways. Really delicious either way. Really freaking good. I was a big fan of the Dirty Do. Now, let's see here. If I spawn up in my charcoal too. No, I'm going to do this one. Chief Red. Chief Red because it's red and it's freaking gray or silver. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what if I do anything, huh? What about the stock D15 V8 four-wheel drive? Everybody's favorite. If I do you have... You're just one color too? There's no way they're counting that interior. There's no way. They could. Possibly for that color scheme, they could possibly select that. But no, that's a tan interior, and this is silver. So whatever. You know, ruin all my fun, if you will. I'm going to make it opal green. Peak. Then I'm going to take my trailer, and we'll just do the little one, the white one, small flatbed. And I wonder... The real question... Okay, so I'll do this. I'll spawn up the couch. However, not a fan of the striped couch. It's gotta be the floral design. If you're playing with me, it's gotta be the frickin' floral. The striped is not where it's at. Look at that. That is so much cooler, dude. Let's zoom in on that crap, too. Look at the quality of that. That is grandma's couch right there, bro. That is so comfortable. I guarantee it. Ooh, I don't like that. It's floating. I wonder if that's because of the straps? What if I remove the straps? Does it still float? No. See, so the straps are fake. But we all knew that. Anyways, I'm going to leave that. Now, can I also make this trailer? Opal green. Ugh, how lame is that? Whatever. Anyways, I guarantee I'm probably going to attach my truck, and then it won't frickin' work. Ugh, it doesn't have a hitch. Dang it. Receiver hitch. Alright, let's do this in first person, huh? As a real G. Alright. I can use my mirrors. And I can do this. Let me look back there first. Okay, there's my makeshift lineup. Halfways on the curb. Gotta love it. So based off of that, and based off of this, I would feel like I'd need to be somewhere in this area. Right here as I back up. And I will probably hit that curb before I hit my trailer. Let me check how far off I was. Oh, frick. What a legend, dude. What a frickin' legend. Oops. That wasn't so skilled. But, I mean, I would say, like, if I were to stop right there, get out, go check, I'd be fine. right? I don't drive trailers all the time, so the fact that I could do that well, I would say is relatively impressive. Oh, shoot. That doesn't matter, right? Because I'm going to back up now, and I'm going to see if I can start this frickin' darn challenge. Which I forgot where it was now. Oops, I need to go right with the frickin' trailer. Not that. Dude, okay, that's embarrassing. I should know this. If you want to go left with the trailer, you put your frickin' hand at the bottom, and you go like this. Yoink. That makes your trailer go left. You want to go right with your trailer. Yoink. You do that. Always keep your frickin' hand at the bottom of the wheel. That's how I was taught anyways. You know what I'm saying? Not something that I do all the time still, so I'm a frickin' mess. Whatever. Oh, jackknifed. Whatever. Right? As though I'm some realism simulator player. Can I just get to my darn challenge, start it, and then find out that they don't let me bring my trailer into it anyways? That's exactly what'll happen. Yes, absolutely. But I'm gonna try it. Yep, sure enough, all that trailer crap. Unless I can just spawn my trailer now. Can I? Don't think so. Whatever, they love to ruin your fun. They love to ruin your fun, dude, I swear. Dude. I almost want to spawn up traffic. Don't crash. This is the new challenge. That's alright. That's alright. Start going left. Start going left. Not that quick. Not that quick. We're gonna hit that frickin' scintilla. Don't hit him. Oh, that's close. That's frickin' close. Rats. Rats indeed. And then it presses L for some reason. I didn't do that. Huh. Ugh. Get the frick... If you can't drive in the fast lane, get out of here, dude. All these idiots. Look at them. Holy crap. Some of us are actually here to drive. That's probably a bunch of tourists. Oh yeah, turned your blinker on way too early. That's so stupid. This is my turn, so I'm gonna... See, dude, all this driving right here like this majorly improves my real-world driving skills. Not that I drive like that, but it gives me the frickin'... I don't know. And I've said it before, and it's sort of difficult to explain, but it's like the mind's eye, dude. I can frickin' see this crap before it happens. I know exactly what's gonna happen. Look at that, not even a threat. If that happened in real life, people would be freaking out. Oh, you almost hit him. I frickin' knew exactly that my vehicle would brake in time, and with his acceleration, I wouldn't frickin' hit him. I don't know. That one was just poor planning, but, you know, I can do that because that's not real life. Oops, I thought I was... Yoink, I thought they were turning it sharper than that. My bad. Got a big old American truck down in these Italian streets. Oh, I really want to go down there, but I'm not going to. You gotta yield. Oops, I thought that was my turn. Oops. Embarrassing. Look at that. Dude, this thing's already about to frickin' overheat. All I did was, you know, floor it down the freeway once. This thing will, because it has engine temp and it also has trans temp. And me and my brother, we were doing some testing, and very weird, dude. I still don't know if we, like, fully came to a proper conclusion yet. But, I mean, it just kept overheating. And it's like, dude, there's nothing that you can do to make it not overheat. Like, eventually, if you're off-roading or whatever, I think that was our test. Like, the engine was perfectly fine. Because, you know, you can put a massive radiator in it, good to go. But the frickin', you know, we were just getting screwed. I don't know if we ever came to, like, a full, this is 100% what happens. But, like, I don't remember. That's all I can say. I don't remember. Gosh, dude, I hate when they put the missions. Hear me out. This is my pet peeve. This. When they put all these available challenges in one section, right? It's nice. It's nice. It definitely unclutters the map. But the thing that annoys me is I can sit here and I can look at the list of all of them here. Right, great. Okay, so I'm specifically clicking on airport chauffeur vehicle dealership. Quick travel. What was the point then of me locating airport, you know, crap, if I just have to open this and find it again? Use your brain. No, I don't even see that one. This one, vehicle dealership. And it's, again, own vehicle. So I'm gonna pick a Legrand, a facelift wagon. That's peak. I miss mine so much, dude. I'm actually gonna drive mine out of respect for it. The poor trans went out on this thing. Favorite car I have ever owned. IRL. This thing was peak, dude. I love that thing. Super comfortable. Unlike in Beam, mine was fabric. This is leather. One of the greatest vehicles I have ever had the pleasure of owning. With these same rims. With the white walls. This is like one of the closest recreations I have ever been able to create of any vehicle that I've ever owned. You know, like in Beam. Anyways. Look at how gorgeous this thing is. Mine had that same crap on the trunk. The same spoiler. The only thing that was different, that does not match in Beam, is the third brake light. Mine was not in the window. You can see it there. Mine was actually attached on the middle in the frickin', on the actual spoiler itself. Had an extra little light right there in the middle. And I'm curious as to why Beam doesn't have that, quite frankly. But other than that, dude, it's like, well, also the reverse lights are in a different spot. The tail lights don't 100% match, of course, but the overall body shape is 99% my vehicle. Mine specifically had amber blinkers, I remember that, so that doesn't match also. But, you know, the more that I sit there and talk about it, the more I'll find crap that doesn't match. But, of course, like, 90% of this thing is frickin' on point. The chrome trim, everything, dude. Even the engine, down to the frickin' engine bay and crap. Like, this engine says 3800 on it, so did mine. I think this one says it in a vertical or something in mine, or in a horizontal, and mine was in a... No, I think this engine in this game has it in the vertical, and mine was in the horizontal, like the position of the text. Can't remember now. Best vehicle I've ever owned. And now, like, I can't even make my 4Runner, dude. Nowadays, what I'm driving, a 1997 Toyota 4Runner SR5. Right? And it's only two-wheel drive, so everyone frickin' hates it. You know, in the 4Runner community, they're like, oh, that's a piece of crap. You didn't get a four-wheel drive with a factory locker? You got scammed, boy. And I'm like, bro, I'm not an off-roader. I don't need that, bro. Specifically, I wanted the space. But anyways, the Roamer does not match closely at all. And that's the biggest shame, because I feel like the Roamer more so represents a Ford Explorer over a Toyota. It's a shame. It's a shame. It really is. I would like to own my vehicle. I feel like the Roamer is the closest option to it, but it's not close enough. It looks nothing like an actual 4Runner. So, you know, it's an L. Oh, I just did the same thing twice because we're gonna fast travel to the same place. Oh, there's my darn trailer. Alright. Remove others. We'll get rid of all the traffic too, why not? What do I care? Don't remember what this was. This one. Oh, nice. They supply a vehicle. And it's an interception. Alright. It's a frickin' manual, dude. Sorry that I'm a frickin' sequential player. And turn this crap off. Where's my mouse? Dude, within 2 seconds I lose my frickin' mouse. Don't need that. Come on, how many times do I gotta click it to shut it off? Arrive at the target destination. What's the frickin' point of driving a cop car? I can tell you right now, nothing. There's no point to it being a cop car. They just thought, oh, cool. We can let them drive this. And they'll be excited because it's a police vehicle. Dude, come on. You know, and here's the thing, I really shouldn't complain because they're doing what I asked. They are supplying me with a vehicle. But now it's just like, dude, there's no point to it to be a cop car. Okay? Literally no reason whatsoever for it to be a cop car. I'm really good at complaining, okay? I can keep on frickin' going, and I won't feel bad about it at all. Look at these frickin' interior lights, dude. I hate that crap, too. Let's not talk about that. I remember when they added all this. When they added the ambient lighting, like, and I was like, oh, how cool is that, dude? The lights actually flash on the ground, and on the trees, and on the, you know, the guardrail, until I noticed, oh, it's all on the inside, too. Ew, right? It's like, there needs to be a blocker around the vehicle where no light can come into, you know, other than sunlight or whatever, but maybe they'll fix that one eventually. This is the lamest thing ever, dude. This thing just frickin' sucks. It's just capped out 24/7, dude. Why'd my screen and all turn off? But the frickin' engine still works. I hate new cars. That's such a new car thing to do. Oh, crash detected. Look at how ugly that thing is, dude. Look at the frickin' gap in the wheels there, dude. Humongous fender gap. Gross. Let's see what's next. So this has actually been a super exciting night. I've actually been having fun. What a rarity, right? I agree, dude. It is a frickin' rarity. Portino to the top. That looks like a fun one. And they give me a Miramar. We all like Miramars, and look at how gorgeous that one is, too. Pristine condition Miramar right here. They don't make them like this no more. And they truly do not. Of course, we got the Notaline. Whoops, wrong button, sorry. Of course, we got the Notaline button. P.S. Only users on Kick notice that error. Sweet. Look at the absolute quality of this. Those engine mounts. I'm assuming that's what those are. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me Control W and check my gears, because I guarantee you it's a 2-speed Miramatic trans. Sure, you know, as long as they don't slap a frickin' manual in it, I will more than happily use the provided transmission type. My only real concern is what is my concern if I were to really think about it? Oh, manuals. I can't do manuals, dude. There's no way that I'm doing a manual transmission. See if I can do it this time. No crashing. Show some skill in your life. Ooh. Uh-oh. I can feel it. Feel the crash. Oh, man. How bad was that? Okay, a little nick on the mirror. Wow, alright. I'm thinking we got away with pretty unscathed. We're just gonna rip it on up to our destination now. Whoa, frick! That's annoying when they have crap like that. Open diff. Those are some really flashy taillights, dude. Like, they're hitting the freaking bloom. Can't be doing that. This thing will overheat. Ah, the Stambeco. Please remaster the mighty Stambeco. Dude, that vehicle is insane, and they don't give it enough crap. You know how many configs I have of it? 2! One of them is a beastly off-roader, and the other one is for screwing around. But there's not enough additions, or changes, or engine upgrades to it. You can't do hardly nothing, to the point where you're like, okay, wow, I did a couple things. You know, it's not really worth saving. Why? Because it's still basically frickin' stock. There's no point to waste the time to make a new config. Wow, I removed a couple panels here, I added a turbo. You know, takes like 2 seconds to do, and it doesn't do enough. They just gotta add more crap to it. I want, you know, I don't know what I really want out of it. That's not for me to say. That's for the Beam devs to create. But, you know, that thing, it really needs a remaster. I would, not even a remaster. Let me rephrase that, because it's still relatively a new vehicle. Darn it. Engine broken? No way, dude. But, you know what I'm saying, dude? It could definitely use an updated parts list. Let's word it that way, huh? Because it's just like, dude, there's not enough there. It's like they added a forgotten vehicle, you know? It's like, okay, he's relatively new, but they didn't do crap to him. So you can't do crap with him, you know? Downshift, you frickin' Miramatic. You think you're cool with that name, huh? Oh, yeah. Oops, the Ibishu Miramatic. Uh-huh. As it's stuck in the second gear the whole time. Cracked my windshield, lost my door. Not the end of the world. Whoops, didn't see you. Honk on your own time. Don't know what that means. Shouldn't have said it. But too late, I already said it. Ooh, Stambecco, how cool. I would own one. If given the opportunity, I would be like, yeah, I'll daily a Stambecco, dude. That would be sweet. Whoa, yeah, stopped in the middle of the road, causing a traffic jam. I think it's about time I get a hydration beverage. I need another one. Should I? I really want to be a little lax on the, caffeination. I really don't need to. It's already 8. Dang it, dude. What the frick is that? You need to see me and stop. You need to see me and slow down. Do something to get the frick away from me and let me continue in my challenge. Unbelievable performance out of the Italian school administration. Like, who are you hiring as your drivers? Look at that. I can drift open diff. I hate it, but I can. Whoa! Darn it. No way, that broke my drive shaft. Oh, dude, this challenge is getting more and more frustrating because I added traffic and I keep being stupid. That's why it's been getting more and more difficult. I'm not being a lame. I'm not a lame. I'm gonna frickin' finish this crap in a couple of moments now. Watch. Frickin' automatic. You know me, I need to shut the frick up when I start sucking. It's the only hope for me to do good. Shut up, Pessima. You're frickin' second gen. Wasn't he? Yeah. Ugly frick. Oh, drive shaft broken, right? Or some bullcrap. That would happen to me. Oh, shoot. My bad. Now this is a Pessima right here. This is what the frick I'm talking about, dude. When I say Pessima, look at this crap. Gorgeous. It's the second time I've said that now. See, and then I pick up on that, and it's like, ugh, cringe. As if I'm not cringe or anything. I'm sorry, can't help it. 9 times out of 10, can't help it. Just my blatant, straight up reaction is cringe. Okay, so Sucks to be me, right? Sucks to be you if it affects you. But, you know, such is life. How peculiar. You can't even see on the dash if your flasher's on. You can just hear it. How peculiar indeed. Man. This wheel, dude. I'm still just blown away with this wheel. Man. After playing on Logitech crap, this is freaking nice, dude. Like, this has some feel to it, dude. Like, you get that grip. And this is still, like, low tier. But the thing is, my brother has... This is the R5. My brother has... Frick me if I'm incorrect, but I'm pretty sure it's R20, R21, something like that. Can't do it, dude. Just can't get into it. It's just... so much force. And I don't know. Like... I guarantee I could get better if I were to be the owner of the wheel, but only playing on it, you know, a couple times here and there, I just never have gotten accustomed to it, and dude, it throws me off. I can't even drift, because the weird thing is, I get used to how quick this thing counter steers, and that thing, dude, oh frick, dude, it goes so fast. It's like, that's not, like, it's to the point where I'm like, well, which one is more realistic? You know, is mine more realistic? Because it has less power and it's sort of like weight transferring? I feel like his, and here we go, this could be a completely stupid, unrealistic statement that I'm making right here. But I feel like that one has so much force and you can crank it up so high that it just becomes unrealistically strong. And then it uses that power that you've given it. Say you give it like 500 on the force feedback scale, and it's getting out full 500 worth of force. And it uses that power as it countersteers. That's the only thing that I can think of, because his wheel countersteers so insanely fast compared to this thing. Like this thing, I can sort of like hold it one-handed, like, you know, sort of like control the speed too. I can make it even slower than how slow mine already is to hold that perfect line, and that thing on my brother is just insane, dude. I'm like, I really need to be like a steady, firm grip just to hold it from countersteering to max angle too quickly. That's the only thing that really throws me off with his wheel. It's not the amount of power. You know, if I were to say that it's just the amount of power... Uh-oh. Okay, dude, I get it. My radiator's leaking. You're mad. Gosh. I gotta get to my destination before it frickin' overheats. But that's my main complaint with his wheel and how massive it is. Just the force. I feel like it's gotta be adding transitional speed into it that I just... Maybe it is more realistic. Maybe it's not. That's not for me to say, because I've never drifted a car in real life. I have no clue what it feels like when that wheel is whipping through your hands. But I feel like at this point in time, what I can confidently say is I am used to how this wheel works and the speed at which it countersteers. That's primarily it, is just the countersteer. And I think I already made that clear, but I'm just reiterating, it's just the countersteer. It's not how much, like this, yeah, okay, I could have more feedback right now. This is not necessarily a super strong amount of feedback 24/7. Like, it depends on what I'm actively doing with the vehicle, but in that situation right there, I could have turned it up more. But that'll affect other things, so I tend to just leave it, and it's been alright. I love my wheel as is. Field run. And they're gonna supply me with a Piccolina, right? Because that's what they showed in the picture. And they do. Does it come with my sequential transmission? Absolutely not. Why would they ever do that? Is this a race? Oh, it is a race. Okay. Here goes nothing. I'm going to be restarting this challenge an immense amount of times. My wheel was turned. Restart. I hate this. Give me a frickin' waypoint, please. I don't know where the frick I'm going. Get closer to what? What did that say? Stay close to the other vehicle. What? I didn't know I had to do that. That's stupid. Ah! I thought it was a frickin' race. Fine. Well, then I'll just follow him and it won't be hard. Does he slam his brakes when this tree goes in the road? Massive lag spike. Whenever you'd like to figure it out, dude. Such an unnecessary route. And you roll? You are unbelievable, dude. I hate beam AI. Wasting my frickin' time. Ugh. Alright, let's just restart at this point. Like, what the frick was that? Probably because I hit him one. Fine, well now I know that you stopped, so I'll be more prepared to stop since you're dumb. I could have already been there by now, dude. That's what really annoys me. I really need to start looking into this now. It's been a little bit more noticeable how loose this is getting left to right. And the reason I say that is sometimes I'll pull it at an angle, I feel like. I push in and pull down, and I feel like that's what really affects me. But, to be fair, I've never tightened it since I got it. So that probably, you know, they probably tell you in the manual to tighten it. Oh my gosh, dude, this is the most... Like, what would you even tighten it? These? And I think it would be. Because I can feel these wiggle. So, oh, dude, I can frickin' turn this one by hand. Yeah, so I just need to bring a pair of Allen keys in here and be good to go. Alright, watch this. This is how a real man does this. I'm gonna make my frickin' waypoint. I'm gonna stay near him, but I'm not gonna rely on him because he sucks at life. I don't. I'm gonna avoid all the crap that he does and just drive normally. Like that jump, guarantee I don't actually need to take that. Look at that, I don't. I can just frickin' go around it. While he has his fun. Great. I'm glad you hit your jump and you didn't roll. Last time I did it, my frickin' front control arm went... So no thank you. Let's go, dude! You're slow as frick. That guy just sucks at driving. I did not enjoy having to follow him. How many is that? I think that's where I was gonna take my break. What? Take a break? I didn't say nothing about that. Well, I need to go get some more hydration beverages. I'm gonna grab at least 2. I don't know, should I? These bus ones are not going to be fun, dude. I remember doing those on East Coast, and they're slow. Saffron! What's up, dude? Perfect time for you to join in as I'm leaving. Not completely, though. I'm just grabbing some drinks, and I'll be right back. So, bear with me, and I'll be back. Okay. Set a random waypoint that I didn't mean to. Let's do these bus ones and get them out of the way because they're going to be slow. They're going to be boring. But it must be done, right? And I haven't done it in quite a bit. I forget the whole keybind crap. Anyways. Finish the route. Finish the route without causing any accidents or damaging the bus. Remember doing that crap, dude? If you don't remember, let me remind you what the frick happened on East Coast, dude. These AI vehicles would spawn up and they would crash nowhere even near me, and it would blame me for it, of course. We're gonna start with Fruit Punch. That was just the most annoying thing I had ever seen. I was like, dude, I did this 15-minute route perfectly, and at 14:30, an AI car crashed and ruined it. But we'll hold out hope, see if it doesn't do it. Drive without damage. Park well at stop. Do not skip any stop. At the end of the route, you will be provided with the scores obtained, and you will be given the choice between ending the challenge or continuing the reverse route in order to try again. Ew. I don't know if we want to do the first person. I don't know what I'm feeling. G and O, that's all I had to do. I already did that. You know what sucks, dude? Is I can't see the score if, like, somebody's been damaged. I hope that's accurate. If I keep hitting pause, it shows me, you know, they cross it out. If something does happen, I would hope. Because I really don't think that the mistake will be on me. You know what I mean? Dude, the bus is raised. I don't understand what they're asking there. I really don't. Man, that's quiet in here, dude. I can hardly even hear this. I wouldn't even be opposed as to say that I have no sound. That's insanely quiet, dude. Let's try it from the first person initially. G. Oh. Do I have to press G twice? I might need to. Brody's back. What's up, dude? Do I gotta hold it? It just seems to be the most glitchy crap ever. G. Raise the bus. G. Great. And then they let me proceed. I don't get it, dude. How are you doing, Brody? You doing alright? Just chilling, I'd imagine? If you're here watching Simvic, there couldn't be anything much important going on. Get out of here, bull-eyed. If you're gonna sit there and delay that much, I get to go first. I'm sorry, but you're just an idiot. You had the right of way and you didn't take it, so that's not my problem. G. O. O. G. Okay, I saw the bus. I saw the bus tilt, so it's raised. So why are we still sitting here? Now what? Why is my brake, like, locked on like that? What? What does that mean? Unbelievable. You're on your dirt bike heading home. Is it a gas-powered? What does that sound? Oh, my dad's calling me. Unbelievable. And that's the thing that I need to pick up, too. Stop! Alright, well, my apologies. But now I gotta frickin' do this for however long it's gonna take. Ah, that is super frustrating, dude. It's not necessarily super frustrating. The point, or whatever, I don't know. The part, not the point. The part that really annoys me is the fact that he tried calling me on Tuesday, didn't pick up, I didn't. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll call him back tomorrow. Forgot to call him back yesterday. Now, of course, he calls me when I'm streaming, but, you know, how often does that really happen? Honestly, how often does someone call when I'm streaming? It doesn't happen all that often. So, you know, if I hadn't forgot to call him back yesterday, because that's still on me, dude. That's still on me, so I'll take the L. You know, it's not like the end of the world to chat with Dad. But it's still frustrating, because I was like, in the middle of a mission, this crap's probably all screwed up, because I took a break. I guarantee it, right? And I don't understand this, dude. And I didn't get that part of it. So, like, what? You know what I mean? What if I do this? What if I retry and then I remove traffic? Now I can do the route without being frickin' bothered. All I have to do is not damage this bus, and I feel like that is stupid. I'm not screwing with that. I didn't damage my bus. I didn't cause any accidents. Yet they didn't give me that? That's the same crap that was happening on East Coast, and boy, was that annoying me. Now, I was looking at that bike of Brody's, too, and that looks frickin' sweet. You know, I've never actually ridden a dirt bike. I have ridden a quad. But I mean, I've never been on like any sort of motorcycle, whether that be dirt bike, on the street, etc. The only bike that I've ever actually been on was like one of those super small frickin' like pocket rocket things, but it was like a real slow one. It wasn't like super slow, like unbelievably slow. It got up and ripped to the point where I crash, but still, it's not like a bike. What is happening here, dude? I hate this. Like, there's just not enough communication. What does that mean? Okay, I don't mean to sit here and act like such a fool, but I mean, they're just saying press G to raise the bus. So I press that, and then it sits there for like an additional 15 seconds doing nothing? What causes that, dude? What are we waiting for? Heck. Also, Brody, thanks for talking about my frickin' background music, dude. I think, quite frankly, I think you're the first person to have ever even mentioned anything about that. Frick yeah. Because, yeah, I think it's nice background music too. That's why I picked it. You know? And something, it's a lost frickin' art form, classical music. What is happening here? Oh, and then it just lowered. Come on. And now the brakes are stuck on again. Like, what is that? What causes that? See, they're definitely controlling my bus to a regard. That is not normal at all. They hit the brakes for you. They do crap for you. I didn't ask for that. See, I don't even want to do this tonight. This is really ruining my vibe right now. So if I do this one, and it does not give me the challenge completed of no damage, See, and that one was normal. That one was normal, okay? So we'll see. We'll see what it does. Let's just see. You gonna give me my star? No. Finish the route without causing any accidents or damaging the bus. You can't really mess that one up, because I didn't hit nothing, and I didn't damage my bus anywhere. So, you know, it really comes down to how long do you screw with it before you see if it'll give it to you. You know, and quite frankly, I'm beyond that. I am beyond that, because you know, it's just too frustrating to me. So, whatever. I'm going to skip the bus ones for now and come back to those once it's not 9 p.m. Because you know what would really happen right now if I'm not doing something fun? Well, I think I'll go to bed or something, you know? And I don't mean to be lame, but it's like, bro, destroy at least 5 targets. What is this? This is probably gonna suck. If you can reach the gold medal in the first try, well done. Great. Page up, page down, fire with space. Switch to the next cannon using tab, I would hope. Yes. Great cinematic right there. Love it. Love to see it. Did I even hit him? Like, what happened there, dude? Oh gosh, this is awful. Yeah! Frick, I just spat everywhere. Gross. Now, how many do I actually need to hit is the real question. Now, I feel like that still went far, so I'm gonna go like this. I can't even hit him? Really? Oh, that's awful. I feel like this is the cannon to hit this guy. But that is completely way too... just gonna fly directly over him. You know what I mean? And I'm already paged down all the way, so that's... unless I were to go up. But I feel like that's a humongous risk to go... does it even go up that far? Yeah, no. Targets destroyed. 1 of 3, no star. Let's just restart this. I can't restart it? Abandon. Frick you. What are you doing controlling the frickin' restart button? Are you kidding me? Destroy at least 5 targets. Is the 3rd star. That's what the frick I need to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's every single vehicle here. There. I didn't even see them last time, so that makes me feel silly. And I feel like to truly have skill, you would have to take out like multiple targets with one. You know what I'm talking about? Like, would that go through, you know, hit the top of him and then hit the other car? And does that count as a dual destruction? It does. Targets destroyed 2 of 3. So both of those cars are done for. Okay, my next option, I feel like I can't get a double hit here. I'm going to try starting with this guy to hit that one. Or, can this cannon hit him? Oh, he can. So I feel like with this angle, I should almost take that risk to try and shoot across these buildings and hit both of them. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that is too risky to attempt to get a double hit on that? It might be close, but I feel like at the same time, it might just work. They counted that as destroyed. They counted that blue buck as being destroyed. So that means the last thing that I need to do is hit this Legrand, or Legrand, over here, if I could somehow manage to turn this thing that much. Can I put drift steering on this? That would be funny. Now, I want to fully reposition myself to get away from that satellite dish. So I'm going to come like this, come like that, come like this. There we go. This is the angle in which I can hit it. Slap the boy in park. Wrong side of the wheel. Readjust that a little bit there, because can't be taking no risks on this one here. Like, if that doesn't hit, that would be thoroughly surprising. Frick you. That's what we're here to do. $1.5 star. What does that even mean? They didn't even score me on half a star before. Chase! Can you handle the pressure in a high-speed pursuit along the highway? Not in a bullide, that's for sure. I'm gonna suck at this one. Oh, they give me the scintilla. Okay. Well, maybe not, but... It's automatic, too. Can you believe that? I don't even know if I can catch up. I wasn't really prepared for that initiation like that. Fine, I'll try running it with their recommended ESC. Come on, you frickin' wheel was turned. I hate that. Show me! Show me! I was really hoping they would let me back across there. It doesn't look like they're going to. Which is unbelievable to me. Unbelievable to me, dude. The one time that I had a half-decent route, and I was like, oh, I'll just cut back over. Nope. Complete a perfect arrest, only one countdown. So I need to take him the frick out. I don't think they say anything about damage to my vehicle, though. Come on, what are you doing? Why are you stopping? Frickin' ESC bullcrap, I guarantee you. What the frick was that? Okay, now, to do the blue one, I need to do that one specifically. So, instead of being quick and efficient, I need to screw around to finish it within 140 and 150. That's so stupid, dude. So I feel like just sort of maim him, and then wait it out. You know what I mean? Like, there's not much more to do than that, because I don't want to risk trying to take him out at the last second. The only risk that I want to do is start that countdown within the 10 seconds. That's all I need to worry about. Doesn't matter how many times it counts down or frickin' whatever. I wasn't looking. I wasn't paying attention. Come on, don't spin out, dude, okay? And it's a frickin' awful config. Pit, pit, pit. Darn. Come on, dude. How do you take off that quick now? The frick? Oh, they don't have a timer countdown? Are you kidding me? How am I supposed to know if I'm anywhere near a minute and 40 seconds? Frick that bullcrap. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. If you don't give me a frickin' timer, I don't care if I just missed it. I do care if I just missed it, but like, what the frick, dude? How am I supposed to know? Are you kidding me? No timers whatsoever? How am I supposed to know? What? That makes 0 sense to me, dude. That makes 0 sense to me, and I'm not screwing with that. I looked again to make sure there was no timer on my frickin' screen. I'm not screwing with them, okay? I've had it up to here with their stupid missions most of the time. They're asinine, for lack of a better word. It's just stupid, dude. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. You're gonna tell me to do it within this specific time zone, and then you're not gonna tell me the time. So what, you want me to sit there and take a stopwatch on my phone every single time? Okay, accelerate to start. Boom, I started it. No. absolutely not doing that. Finish the challenge successfully under 50 seconds. Oh, and it's a freaking automatic again, of course. What are we super freezing for here? Hello? Traffic is done spawned. We're done for. Let's freaking go. Gosh, dude, this is why I never play on Italy, so I never know how freaking slow it is. That is unbelievable. Where am I even supposed to go, huh? Thanks for that frickin' route. Okay, so I come out and go left. Thanks for telling me that from the get-go. So stupid, dude. Don't even know where or what the frick I'm even doing down here. I thought where's the van? Do I have to drive all the way down here just to get access to the van? And then I have to arrest him still? And of course, every time you reset, why wouldn't your waypoint go away, huh? Why would it stay? This is just stupid. I hate these guesswork frickin' missions. And my waypoint isn't on the map? Where'd my waypoint go? I didn't ask you to disappear. Hello? And it just doesn't set one, so that's real cool. What the frick is this bullcrap anyways? A cheeky criminal has been spotted stealing loads of pasta from the storage room. Chase and stop the van before it gets to the safe house. This is unbelievable, dude. What the frick was that lag spike? Don't expect me to play like that. Not screwing with that crap. Excuse you? Frick off. Respectfully. That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Dude, the frickin' phone call ruined the entire rest of the stream. It really did. You know, I was in a mood prior. I was in a good mood. A rare good mood. Doing bullcrap challenges. And now it's just to the point where, okay, whatever, dude. The frick is this bullcrap? You know, and that's just not a good mindset to be in as a streamer. It's a little negative, I will admit. It's a little negative, and you know, it's like, really, dude? Okay, dude. Can I make this? Because I feel like I should be able to. If I didn't suck at driving. Let's just free cam. Because frick this. What the frick is this challenge even? Why am I started so far away? Is this where he spawns? What the frick is this? What's the red circle mean? Look at the lag, dude. That is some crap. That's the traffic for you. Maybe I'd just put it on auto. Maybe I'd just put it on 1. What's the point of even having so much traffic? If it says complete it with traffic active, is not one vehicle still traffic? Here's what I'm actually going to do first. Because I do not know this car, I do not like this car, I'm making the transmission automatic. They don't have any? Not a single frickin' automatic transmission. Sweet. Sweet. That's super swell. Because I would have just made it a frickin' automatic and been done. Just use frickin' paddles. This is so stupid, dude. Ruin the whole night. One phone call. That's why I don't take breaks, generally, when I stream. If I take a break, it ruins the mindset that I was in. I was in a good frickin' mindset, dude. And quite frankly, I was going to stream all the way up until 11. Now I don't even want to do that. What the frick is this challenge, number 1? I hate these frickin' chase ones are so stupid, dude. This is not even... There's no point to having this much driving without a waypoint prior to the frickin' challenge. Why are you stopped in the middle of the frickin' road, huh? No reason. My bad, I just saw your lights were on, so I figured I'd stop without pulling over. Shut the frick up, guys. It's not that big a deal. Just frickin' drive normally, and that's when I know how to evade you. I don't know how to evade you when you randomly stop in the road. I would hate to be a cop in real life, dude. Frickin' people trying to pull over when you're just trying to pass. It's like, dude, just get the frick out of the way, how about, huh? If I didn't have my lights on, I could probably evade you guys better. You ever think that's why a cop drives quickly without their lights on? I wonder, you know? You ever go into... I don't know, you'd have to ask a cop. Because I'm just spewing nonsense. But I feel like if I didn't have my lights on, people would be less idiotic and just let me freaking get to the area that I'm trying to get to. You know what I mean? Ooh. Okay, so what the frick is this? Where's my van? Is this challenge bugged or something? Or what am I missing? So much in this crap that There's no pasta bandit. There's no van anywhere. Where the frick does he start at? I don't get this crap one bit. I guarantee you the red, you know, the red circle down here is the end. Right? I feel like you're supposed to be chasing him all the way up until that red. And you had better catch him before you make it to the red. Right? Am I too stupid to put 2 and 2 together? Because there's nothing here. There's no frickin' where? Where the frick are you, huh? What route am I even supposed to take to get over there? Because you delete it every single time. Did you go that way? Maybe he went right, huh? Maybe he's right? For some stupid reason? I don't know anymore. The frickin' traffic is unbelievable. We're gonna remove the traffic for right now and restart it again because probably removing that probably removed my AI, right? I don't know. I don't see any frickin' arcade gearbox. Get the frick out of here. I don't see any pasta bandit anywhere. You know, looks pretty frickin' normal to me. So, see, dude, I'm just about to quit. I should have just quit. When frickin' I saw that my dad was calling me, I should have just been like, well, the stream is over. And that's what I'll do in the future. Okay? Sucks to suck. It really does. But I'm not gonna frickin' do that. That has completely ruined my attitude for the rest of the night. I'm done, dude. I'm frickin' done. What the frick is this? This makes no sense. And it's just like, dude, I'm not gonna screw with this all night. There's no one frickin' on this map. Oh wait, you know what I can do? I can tab to him. If he's on the map, I should be able to tab to him. And I can't tab to nothing. There's nothing on this map. It would tab to it. I know that for a fact, but I can tab to everything else. I guarantee you, if I come over here and I go to this one, where the frick's the other one? Super speed, quick travel, shifty, register my input. If I'm driving, I can likely tab to this enemy AI vehicle. I cannot. Dang it. That's lame. But in the races, I can tab to a frickin' barrier and proceed to screw up my entire race. That's great. Whatever, dude. This is stupid. Oh, now they give me a frickin' way. Oh, see, it was completely glitched. The whole crap was glitched. So now that the frickin' challenge has actually begun, I'm going to put my sequential gearbox in. The challenge is still running accurately. Let's go. I'm going to spawn traffic. This is unbelievable that I need to go about it like this. You know, it's like, dude, your frickin' challenges are screwed up in this game. They never frickin' work. There's always some crap with them. Oh, what? Why would that happen? You know, me restarting it like 10 times and he doesn't show up. Now, this restart. Now that I have traffic and it's done for. He's gone. So you telling me he's not? Okay, now it's back when I accelerated. Whatever. Where's my traffic then? Okay, so we got traffic on. We got the pasta guy. And he's not even there. Love it. Love this crap, dude. You can't make that up. So whatever. We'll abandon that. We'll remove traffic. This is unbelievable. Fine, you know what? I'm not going to do anything. Not even going to change my transmission. I'll screw around with their crap. I'm going to shift and clutch with the frickin' paddle. I don't care, dude. If they're going to screw around like that, you know. Okay, not shifting with the paddle. This is stupid, dude. Are you kidding me? I gotta go through all this rigmarole just to frickin' get the guy to spawn. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful. Can't change your transmission or the car will be invisible. Can't spawn traffic as the frickin' challenge tells me to do. And he's gone. When you spawn traffic, he disappears. How the frick, then, are you supposed to complete the challenge with traffic? That one's done for. I'm never completing this one with traffic. Okay, now that I know this, now that I can see the vehicle, it literally counted down to 1 and then just quit. This game is unbelievable sometimes. This game is frickin' unbelievable sometimes. So it's the traffic. in a mission that tells you finish while traffic is active, you cannot do that. Legitimately cannot. I'm not going to sit here and screw around with it 20 times to see, okay, let me see if I spawn traffic this way, then maybe he'll stay there. Should not need to do that. That is not my freaking issue. Not a part of my job. Seek. Let's see if I can even put the sequential transmission in. Do you stay if I put the sequential transmission in? You appear to. Great. I can take you out in a couple frickin' seconds. Just never doing it with frickin' traffic. Not gonna screw with that. That is just unbelievable. That is just so frustrating, dude. You don't even know. All that time I was screwing around with it to do it with the traffic was because of the traffic. Get the frick out of here. I'm so done. You better get stuck in that frickin' guardrail again, dude. Where's my frickin' countdown timer, huh? Can't arrest you now? It hasn't started to count down yet, so I technically have not... What is that now, dude? I hate these cop missions. I hate the cop missions because they are the stupidest, glitchiest crap ever. Count down! Frickin' I got him. Look, you want me to trash him even more? There, he's done for. He's not going anywhere. Can I arrest him now? Probably not. Now my engine doesn't even turn on. So great, I'll restart again. See if I can even get a countdown timer. You know what? Abandon. We're just gonna restart again. We're not gonna change the transmission. We're not gonna do anything. Since apparently you can't do nothing in this challenge, or it doesn't count down because of a transmission type, and he disappears when you activate traffic as the challenge requests. That's a good one, dude. I love that, Beam. Good on you guys, you know, really making a stand-up frickin' video game. Frick that, dude. That's just so frustrating. You know, and I'm not even the kind of person that would want to 100%, you know, complete a game. But if I was one of those people, I would be, dude, I would be so upset. I'd be, are you freaking kidding me? I can't spawn up a frickin'... Oh, and he still drives just frickin' great. That's some bull crap. Oh, it's gonna initiate a timer. I hate shifting like this. Everything is off right now. Everything is off. Because this is not my playstyle. I don't clutch and shift. This mission is unbelievable, dude. Are you freaking kidding me? Can't do anything. Come on, dude, just crash. Frickin' idiot, dude. Oh, great. And it still works in his favor. Yep. Because it always works in the AI favor. Of course, if I were to hit that wall, if I had done that same thing, I would have hit there, boom, hit that edge, come over, dead stop. That's what the frick would have happened to me. Nope. Nope, it somehow crams me into the wall and does that crap to me. Love that bull crap, dude. Stupidest challenge I've ever had to witness. Yeah, let's just screw around for 10 years, sorry. If I had a normal transmission, I would be fine, but... Screw around with their bullcrap. Okay, well, if you're that far behind him, doesn't matter. Restart. Just annoys the frick out of me, dude. Why is this challenge so glitchy? Can't even follow its directions properly without it glitching out. Love that. Just get me through it once. I do not care. Not screwing with this. If their game is not properly created yet, this challenge should not be active. Because, yeah, let's make it not count down with traffic, huh? Let's make the actual object of the challenge disappear when you spawn up traffic. You gonna count yet? Because it's not like I've been there before. Yeah, sitting there waiting for the crap to count down. Literally can't do that one. Finish while traffic is active. Such frickin' bullcrap, dude. Yeah, sure. Maybe if he didn't frickin' disappear. You know? Not doing that, not doing that, not doing... I don't know, dude. Whatever. You know, I'll just have to come back and do this crap later. It all started with the bus. It all started with the bus. I should have avoided that 100%. That was my mistake for even starting. It was. I blame myself. I don't want to screw with that right now. I really don't. Oh, I hate those freaking Gymkhana. Hate that crap. Just looking at all the crap that I get to do later. Hypermiling. Love it, dude. It's so much fun driving 2 miles an hour. Oh, shut off the car. Yeah, Time trials. Guaranteed that they don't provide you any vehicle. You providing me any vehicles for these? Didn't think so. Let's see. So that one I did, of course. Marble March. See, the deliveries, fun, dude. That's what I like to do. This? Oh, frick yeah, dude. Ferry Marble Site trailers with a T-Series? Let's go. T-Series? Let's go. You know, then we got this. A bull-eyed time trial. Hey, at least they provide me a vehicle so that I can blame that on them instead of my skill, of course. These deliveries, that's what I'm looking forward to. In fact, I'm going to do them last. Because I love frickin' deliveries. That will make me want to push through the frickin' time trials to get to the deliveries. Let's just look at this crap. What do they provide me with, and what are their... Finish the crawl trial. No other... Okay, you know, that might be doable. Probably not. Lock some frickin' diffs. Oh, great. Got the alternating crap. Now, change the frickin' transmission type. Oh, yeah, they want me to do that in an automatic. You know what? I will do it in an automatic. That way I don't gotta deal with stalling all the frickin' time. Oh, great, yeah. Only show the transmission. What is all that crap? There's no timer to this, really, so, I mean, I'll just put it in low. I don't even think I need my front diff locked right now, just to loosen up the steering a bit. Yes, sir, Saffron. You know, surprisingly enough, I think this is the only one. That's a little lame, right? To only have one off-roading thing on this whole map. Yeah, because that's really gonna work. Ah, that's some bullcrap. Penalty point 61? Where'd they get that number from? Since when did I receive a penalty? You know, like, they don't show you this crap. Hello, I'm clicking continue. Dude, I'm really about to frickin' leave. Penalty point from frickin' what, huh? Tell me that. I didn't even know that I was doing anything wrong. You know? Holy crap. I thought we were going just perfectly happy fine. I thought we were some happy campers. Unless I got frickin' 61 penalty points just for going out of the flag for that short amount of time. Are you serious? Like, if you are, that's fine. I have no quarrel with that, but it's just like, that seems a little bit frickin' excessive. Lock diffs all around it is, because I'm freaking done with this crap. I'll screw with the wheel, I don't care. Come on, you rat. Great. That's real frickin' lovely. Dude, seriously, YouTube Shorts is apparently the way to go. I never knew. I never thought it would be that big of a frickin' difference, quite honestly. I'm like, how many penalty points was that, huh? This is awful. This is awful, dude. Why would I have started this? I was literally about to get off for the night. That's what I should have done. What I should have done from the beginning. Why are we going? Stop driving me from the get-go. Holy crap. I'm setting myself up. I'm not going yet. I can't do it in first person. And we're going again. Hello? Stay stopped. Dude. I'm getting off. I don't care, dude. Goodbye.